I'm sure you know this, but the front office has been a big believer in your shots.
I'm glad the front office is happy, and you never want friction there, but I can't live to make other people happy. That's when you get into trouble. You gotta listen to your spirit. You gotta do what makes your spirit feel at peace, you know? And you can't worry about what other people think. In many ways, society is diseased. So if you worry about society's perception, you'll be led astray.
Sure, but I'm talking about your front office, not necessarily society at large. I mean, it must feel good to reward their faith in you.
Look, I don't live for other people's approval. And they understand that about me. And that's why they brought me here. To be me and do what I do.
Okay, understood. Thanks, MP.
Welcome to Concha Del Mar Guest Services. Looking for information about the ship? Until next time.
Damn. I know we was in the ship. What was I gonna do? Yeah, right here. Look at my coast, bro. What the fuck? I just need to look at that. Alright,
You're joining us over on Next Gen, you'll find in 2K22 the city is alive and there are big changes throughout. Starting in my career, day or night, the city has attractions and activities to explore as you improve your game and build your status as an NBA legend.
"2K Sports welcomes you to the following the NBA.
And compete. You see the focus. Now let's send it down to David Aldridge, standing by from the sidelines. David?
Thank you very much, Kevin. As Coach Monty Williams tells it.
He sure is, David. Great report. Thanks. Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. The veteran pair of Lillard and McCollum are the guards. Patrick Patterson is out there with Tony Snell, and it's Nurkic.
Into the lineup for the Trailblazers.
Yeah, I feel like All-Star break is always the time, Kevin, where you're looking at things and you're trying to do the math about, okay, let's see, we got 34 games to go. We're going to have to, be 20-14 to get ourselves into this position. But usually at the All-Star break, when guys are away, you take assessment of that, and then that second half of run of where you've got to get to in order to be a team competing in the postseason. Big question mark was Ayton, and could he anchor a defense? He's answered those.
And Zeller kicks to McCollum. Over Booker. And there's McCollum. That's good on the assist by Zeller. McCollum's got 11 points.
Feels like the other four guys have disappeared at this point. He wants to be the one to get them back.
Saric passes to MP. Fires for three. Sinks the three-pointer. Well, Brady said it. Defense now a strength of what Ayton brings to the table.
Well, that was the point he had to prove, Kevin. As a big guy, what could he do? Every night, if you're not getting the ball down on the inside defensively on the interior, how can I impact the game? He's been patient with it. He's learned it. And now he's embraced the fact that he can make that kind of contribution.
Top of the key, Booker. Back to MP. 1:31 left in the first quarter of the game. No good on the triple. Cullen passes to Patterson. And it's Patterson finishing it off.
I know CJ plays the two-guard position alongside Lillard, but he does have point guard vision, and that's a great find.
Bridges finds MP. Lets the three fly. Another miss by MP. And so it's McCollum. He'll bring it up for the Trailblazers. They trail by one. They come into this having outplayed the Clippers last game.
And sometimes it's a lot harder to get easy looks on the road, but they found ways to get their guys good looks.
Well, it was probably a good feeling in that last game that the mid-range worked, the long-range worked, the inside game worked. The best feeling was the crowd leaving that building, not in a good mood. And not where he earns his money, that three-point shot. But he's a good shooter from that range if he's got space.
Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. And Lillard gets it to go.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
A three from MP. Another three for Phoenix. Here's Lillard, and then Lillard slams it in.
You know, not many the way Lillard does it, just phenomenal.
Here's Ayton, and that one released in time, but no good. The first quarter all wrapped up, and it's been an exciting game so far. Phoenix ahead, up 3. And Damian Lillard winning the 2020 Magic Johnson Award, which honors the player.
Being recognized for giving your time, but also making other people's job easier. I take a lot of pride in that. The same way I take pride in.
Well, Lillard is well-deserving and well-liked, certainly. Some of the most open and thoughtful answers you'll hear.
Comfortable with a microphone, whether it's a press conference or a recording studio. He's got quotes and bars.
Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And taking a look at the Suns' performance here, guys, what have they been doing or not doing?
Well, going to the bench early, they obviously knew what they were doing.
They're looking for a spark here, and the coach tapped the right guys to get out there and provide it.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, as the second quarter gets going. On the court for the Trailblazers, we've got Robert Covington. He's out there with Derek Jones. Zeller is out there with C.J. McCollum. And it's Simons in at the point. 4 on the shot clock. Here's McCollum. He can't get that one. Excellent D that time there from McGee. MP looking around. Whistle blows. That's going to be a travel.
Well, despite that possession, something that I like is they've been under control while getting out in this lead. They've kept those turnovers down.
The Trailblazers making a switch here. Nurkic is checked in. Here's Simons. Softly drops in the floater.
Always fun to look at. Not tremendously efficient, but the floater, boy, those sure are pretty.
The road less traveled. Anthony Simons took a year after high school just training at a basketball academy. No college, not the most glamorous route, but his game has some flash to it.
He's one of those guys, GA, that comes into the game and just is an offensive force. Takes shots off the dribble, can shoot threes, is lightning quick, and gets to the basket. Still very young, still a lot of room for him to grow, but he has shown flashes.
And a closer look here at the hustle stats for Phoenix.
And it's been about their defense. They're playing with a frenetic pace, putting a lot of pressure on the ball handlers and forcing turnovers.
For some reason, they've also had guys in the right spots on the offensive glass. Lots of putbacks.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
MP against McCollum. Another miss by MP.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
And stolen by MP. The dish to Kaminsky. MP outside. A 3-ball. He's now made half of those 10 shots in the game. That's his 5th basket.
They've given up a lot of 3-pointers here today.
Trailblazers trail by 7. Simons, the pass to Covington.
2 minutes.
Here's Simons. Payne covering. And it's Simons missing. McCollum against MP. 1:46 left to play here in the second quarter. Another 3 for Phoenix.
His shooting has been outstanding. Definitely one of the reasons they're up in this game.
And the first time out of the game called here for the Trailblazers. Last time they met was in Portland this season.
Not a close contest either. The last time they got together, everyone in rotation played solid, and the bench was the difference.
Well, the second unit came in last game and just played lights out basketball. I'm sure they'd like to do that again.
Here's what Phoenix has got going on right now. Sharch has checked in for JaVale McGee. Crowder comes in for Kaminsky. Bridges, he's checked in for Johnson. And it's Paul in for Cameron Payne. MP outside. Takes the three. Lillard with the rebound. And it's Lillard with the ball. He brings it up for Portland. It's a 10-point game. Lets it go from deep. Portland with a new 14. Here's Nurkic, and he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him.
Second personal foul.
And so it's the Phoenix Suns bringing the court. And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. And so the big win by Portland in a tight game. They break the hearts of every fan in the building with a dramatic late victory.
And Kevin, this is the kind of win you have to take a ton of pride in. I mean, they battled with everything they had and came through when the pressure was at its highest.
And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Brent Barry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. We'll see you next time.
On, Coach.
MP, how you feeling? You getting a little more settled in?
Yeah, I feel good. You know,
on a skateboard and head to the races, where the fastest time in the city will receive a special DC reward. The city also has new and quicker alternatives to get into online hoops. Your MyPlayer can now enter unique matchmaking buildings and be placed into competition immediately. Pressing the shot button while walking around the city will bring up all of your current objectives and challenges for the season. Make sure you stay in the loop.
For the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Plenty of emotion in that touching rendition of the Star-Spangled Banner. And with that, we'll be right back. Hi, everybody. Time to get into it. NBA action on 2K Sports. Alongside Grant Hill, Steve Smith, and our reporter. So let's take a look at the Phoenix Suns starting lineup. Bridges and Crowder holding down the forward spots. Hall and Booker, the talented backcourt. And it's Ayton in at the center position, locking down the middle. And for the Grizzlies, Jackson Jr. and Adams together inside. Ja Morant is out there with DeAnthony Melton. And it's Brooks in at the 3. And it's the Suns to start out. Well, Candace, there are streaky shooters in this league. And then there's Dylan Brooks. Anderson's checked in for Brooks. Saric checks in for the Suns. MP comes in for Paul. Morant finds Anderson. Now here's Jackson. Saric covers. Pass to Morant. Fires the 3. And it's Phoenix with the rebound. They're coming off that loss against Portland.
It was almost like they looked stunned when the game slipped through their fingers. Being on the wrong end of an upset leads to a quiet ride home.
Try not to dwell on losses like that, but hey, you can't help it. Hopefully, they'll learn something from that defeat.
They're not wasting any time putting their stamp on this game. What a start.
Play calling has been fantastic. They've been a step ahead of the defense since the opening tip.
The officials were right on top of that one.
Personal foul. 13 foul. At the line for your Grizzlies, Ja Morant. At the line
and he knocks down the first one.
The upside Ja Morant has is exciting. An explosive young talent with an outstanding work ethic.
McGee, he's checked in for the Suns. Johnson comes in for Bridges. Well, Candace, in women's basketball, a lot of players play overseas when the WNBA isn't in season. You can add to your income, and a lot of players need that income, of course. Can you talk about that aspect of the WNBA versus overseas and where we're going with that?
Yes, overseas is honestly where you make your living. For 10 years, I played year-round. From WNBA season, October to April, I would go to Russia, and then I would come back and play in the WNBA season again. So it definitely is a grind, but the WNBA is honestly the summer job. Playing overseas really does benefit your career.
How about the toll on your body that it took? It had to have had a great toll over the years.
Yeah, rest. What is rest, BA? I don't know what that is.
And no good. Saric with some nice D.
I mean, he's staying aggressive, trying to regain his touch. But right now, he's hurting the team.
Man, they're having a hard time defending the triple. That's 3 in a row.
Memphis has gone 0 for 3 from downtown. MP against Morant. Over MP. Shots good by Morant. Morant's got 5 now.
Zero fear with Ja Morant. A point never afraid to mix it up down low.
MP, the pass to Booker. MP against Morant. And here's MP from outside. Doesn't go for him. Now here's Morant. He played a great game against Charlotte. Over MP. And that one comes up a bit short.
Clean look from mid-range. Coach will probably want to run that play again.
Here's Booker. And he banks in the layup. Booker's gotten his second bucket of the game.
They've been very effective so far. A balanced attack at its best.
And it's helped them build an early lead. They just need to stay aggressive. Out of character for him to miss that shot. Maybe just a little too casual there.
From deep, MP buries it from 3. He's got 9.
Their ability to space the floor has been the story of this game.
If you love analytics, this is what this is all about. They favor the 3 ball. You can pile up points in a hurry.
And so it's Phoenix. They're feeling great. A 21-point lead. Their defensive efforts have paid. And the 4th pick in 2018, Jaren Jackson Jr., the rare NBA red.
Probably be more of a backline help, talk more, give more help for the rotations because, depending on what team you play, there's a lot of specific things you got to do to guard a certain player.
A veteran's understanding of help and positioning, Grant.
Yeah, I love that defensive mind approach. That's why they're a team to be reckoned with.
Great to have you with us. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Suns.
They didn't need any time to warm up from long range today. Their three-point shooting has been terrific in the first half.
Another positive has been their play in the paint offensively.
They've got Xavier Tillman. Kyle Anderson is out there with Desmond Bane. Then there's Eric Bledsoe, and it's Jones in at the point guard position. That's the lineup in the game for Memphis. Well, Candace, one area where the WNBA has dominated the NBA, free throw percentage.
Yes, you know, I think that it definitely comes down to our bigs being able to stretch the floor. I don't know whether that has anything to do with playing overseas, but we practiced a lot of free throws during our career.
We've seen that more than once today. An effortless basket inside.
Payne, the pass to MP. From deep. Goes back up. A nice shot by McGee. McGee's gotten his first bucket of the night.
And their physical dominance has been on display. A 10-rebound advantage is a good indicator of how this game is going.
Timeout call, Memphis.
Let's give Coach credit. He's trying to find a way to squeeze the most out of every possession.
Critical part of the game. You have to be flexible. You have to be able to adjust what you're doing.
DeAndre Ayton, he's checked in for the Suns. Bridges comes in for Johnson. Here's Jones. The putback. Great positioning on the putback.
They're not messing around. 5 of their last 6 buckets have come from the interior.
Phoenix has gone 1 of 2 from downtown here in the second. Well, you think about how important bench play is in the modern game. Candace, how big of a boost is it for a starter when the bench plays well?
When the bench comes in and raises the level of play, it definitely makes your job easier. You have a bench that you can depend on, a team that plays against the starters constantly in practice to make them better. It just makes the overall team and the energy go.
Can certainly add to the depth and buy some quality rest. MP against Melton. MP, the pass to Payne. From deep, MP. Adams grabs the miss. The Grizzlies have gotten 3 of 4 field goals in the second quarter. To the middle. Here's Jackson. And he can't get that one. And Phoenix the other way now. They're getting their first look of the season at the Grizzlies in this one.
Even though they have the better roster, they actually lost the season series to this team last year.
Brooks against MP. Just 5 on the clock. Fires the 3. Again, MP missing. A challenging stretch here for Memphis.
Phoenix foul. Number 99.
Crowder, he's checked in for the Suns. Chris Paul comes in for MP. Well, some time now has passed since the WNBA bubble, Candace. Looking back at that time, what stands out the most to you?
Well, for the last 6 or 7 months, we weren't allowed to say bubble in my...
Jackson. Through the first half, a pretty lopsided affair. Suns ahead, running away with it. And... with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. Chris Booker, the talented backcourt. Bridges and Crowder holding down the forward spots. And it's Ayton in at the 5.
Anthony Melton at the line for 1.
And that one misses.
They really have a commanding lead, not just in points, but in rebounds as well.
MP outside. There's the triple. Finds it again. 6 for 12 and remaining assertive.
Hey, you leave him open, he's going to make the defense pay for that level of disrespect.
Morant, the pass to Melton. Here's Jackson. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist. Jackson's got 6.
So active inside, and with that big frame, Jackson has no trouble finishing through contact.
Pass to Booker. Back to MP. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation.
Memphis ball.
Kaminsky, he's checked in for Crowder.
Substitution. Frank Kaminsky the third.
Outside Morant. And it's all from three-point range. Phoenix has gone just 1 of 3 from deep since the break. MP with it. Jackson in his pocket. MP, the pass to Kaminsky. MP against Jackson. From 11 feet away, here's Ayton. And the layup is good. 13 points in the game.
And attacking a somewhat helpless defense right now. Just a relentless effort.
He's trying to help his team shut the door. They don't want to allow any comebacks.
His playmaking is something to watch. Threading that pass right in there.
Pass to Kaminsky. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair.
That's his second personal
Jaren Jackson picks one up.
4th team foul. At the line for the Suns, Frank Kaminsky III, taking 2 shots.
That one's off. Tillman's checked in for Memphis. Anderson comes in for Jackson. Johnson, he's checked in for the Suns. Payne comes in for MP. The Grizzlies who come out on top here. They escape with the W, even though they needed a few extra minutes to pull it off.
And both teams gave their all. But when it came down to overtime, it was about who had more determination.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Steve Smith, Grant Hill, and Allie LaForce, I'm Brian Anderson. Thank you for watching this 2K Sports coverage of the NBA. So long, everyone.
About personal hubs. There's no place like home, and in 2K22, moving up the professional world means a lifestyle upgrade. For you, my NBA and my WNBA fans, there's going to be a much more detailed approach in 2K22. The players on the court have always mattered, but this year there's an added emphasis on the personnel that scouts, trains, and coaches them. Plus, the W is back and better than ever. In 2K22, you can solidify.
And just about to get underway as the starting fives have been announced. Sit tight. We'll be back in just a moment. Welcome, folks. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports. DA, it's all yours.
Well, Kevin, thank you. And Kevin Porter Jr. has a new start with the Rockets. His game has been compared to James Harden's.
That was an impressive performance. David, thank you for that story. And now the opening lineup for Phoenix. Ayton is the pivot, and Crowder slides in at the 4. A star backcourt of Paul and Booker are out there. And it's Bridges in at the 3 spot. And for Houston. And the wings, Green and Tate. Then, checked in for the Rockets. Gordon comes in for Tate. And for the Suns, Sharch is checked in for Jay Crowder. Johnson comes in for Mikal Bridges. And MP subbed in for Paul.
And the first thing you notice about Green, the next level athleticism, incredible burst off the dribble, and makes smooth adjustments midair.
Ball against MP. Lets it go with a 3. It's rebounded by Tice. Rockets leading by 11. Puts up a 3. And that one is off. And so Ayton will bring it up for the Suns. They come into this one following the loss to the Grizzlies.
What a duel that was. Exciting all the way to the end. Really a shame someone had to walk away with an L.
I tell you, it's too bad one of them had to lose because I thought both teams were evenly matched in that game.
And one can only imagine what Green will be like, Greg, with a little time.
Still refining his shot release. Still working on getting others involved. But we haven't seen a 2-guard into the league with this much potential in quite some time.
MP against Wall. And here's MP for 3. Sinks the triple.
And good to get him going early. That shot should give him some confidence.
Perhaps he's set for a big night. I mean, he can be a difference maker for him when he's on his game.
Yeah, they have gone full throttle from the opening tip, showing no signs of letting up.
And, you know, when you've got a chance to put a team away early, you got to take it.
Passes to MP. Clock at 6. Beyond the arc. That shot is off. The Rockets go the other way with it. Inside, here's Tice. And Tice throws it down.
Really seizing the momentum of this game, but doing it with a methodical approach.
And, you know, that involves pounding it inside, getting as many points as you can right at the rim. That demoralizes the team.
That's 4 turnovers out of them already. Sloppy play in the early going.
It'll be a long day for them if they keep this up.
And the Rockets making a change here. Porter's checked in. And a change for the Suns. McGee's checked in. And the wide open shot from Green. Good, and a nice assist from Porter. Green's got 10 points.
And off to an incredible start here early from long range.
Lighting it up from outside. Hard to keep up with this.
MP outside. Shot to stop the run. Cans it from downtown. MP's got his second bucket of the night.
The real. Come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there.
29 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Gordon goes in. Sharch grabs the board.
They hold the early advantage on the glass.
Yeah, nothing major, not a huge advantage, but certainly a good sign for them going forward.
Against Booker, a little contact usually doesn't go a long way. Strong body control there.
Green taking his time here. From outside the arc. And again, it's the Rockets from deep.
Yeah, they've built up this lead 3 points at a time.
And I like the strategy. It's a great strategy. Bury those threes early, and it'll open up the inside for them later on.
And as the first quarter wraps up, already a double-digit lead. Rockets ahead. They lead by 13. We'll be back shortly live from Houston, Texas. And the Suns are an offensive powerhouse. We know that, but as Devin Booker details, no slouches defensively either.
You know, right now, I like the way we're playing defense. I think we have spurts where I say a lot of teams do, where we have 5-10 minutes off where, we're all not clicking, but we've came together and figured it out.
And Greg, you've seen it. Booker individually making strides at the defensive end.
And I'm not sure he'll ever be a stopper. But to be great, you've got to consistently bring the effort and focus.
And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for Houston?
Well, I'll tell you what, they must have had a good shoot-around because they've been fantastic from long range so far, fellas.
And also, how about the fact defensively, they're getting that backboard and getting out in transition, especially in this first half.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. Taking a look at the Rockets, they've got Kevin Porter. Martin is out there with David Nwaba. Then there's DJ Augustine, and it's Şengün in at center. Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines.
Thank you, Kevin. The Houston Rockets are rebuilding. That's a hard pivot for a team that, until last season, was pursuing titles. The new front office has been candid. It's presented challenges as they look to go young and stack up draft picks. They plan to make constant bets on unproven talent as they build toward the future. Kevin?
All right, David, thank you. MP outside. This one for three. Another three for Phoenix.
The defense a step slow, and you can see the results.
That's 3 in a row from out there now, so they've got to do a better job contesting.
Aston Nwaba. Martin inside. Payne covering. Martin the pass to Nwaba. He feeds it to Augustine. Near the three-point line, it's Porter. That shot no good. So Phoenix will take it the other way. Their last encounter was in Phoenix.
Well, last time out, they got the win in large part because of the play of their bench, and they provided a lot of the scoring punch.
Yeah, and you know what? I expect them to go deep into the bench again tonight to give those guys on the bench a chance to have an expanded role, but also to give those starters some rest.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. And competition is at the root of all sports. Certainly sometimes, things get chippy. And as a player, Greg, how do you handle that aspect when emotions and physicality get going?
Kevin, you're always taught to control your emotions, but easier said than done. And in reality, sometimes you have to man up. You have to let it be known that you're not going to accept things. And at the same time, you got to be smart. So the goal is to beat the other team, not literally.
Tate, he's checked in for Houston. John Wall comes in for DJ Augustine. MP outside. Another three for Phoenix.
That's a dozen straight points coming off the triple.
They're having free reign from beyond the arc. The defense is just not there.
Wall dishes to Porter. Back to Wall, launches it. The Rockets again can't hit. And it's Phoenix's ball. They're on a 12-4 run. Porter against MP. Jacks up a three. Another three for Phoenix.
All these threes they're giving up have really been the driving force on this run.
And Porter here with...
Oh!
Yes, sir! Come on, break!
Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying to get back into a game like this.
Ouch, Greg, that is definitely an emphasis jam. A big apostrophe or exclamation point, maybe even a question mark.
And guys, I know there are a lot of questions right now defensively for this team. There's no doubt about that.
Rockets leading by 3. Wall looking it over. He kicks it to Porter. takes it from 10, and he drops that one in. Porter's just got 10 points in the quarter.
Monster quarter for him. He's put the team on his back, trying to carry them to the W.
MP against Porter. A 3 from MP. Another 3 for Phoenix.
And he is having an unbelievable game from three-point range. How long can he keep this up?
That's good from Porter on the assist by Wall. Wall's got 5 assists in the game.
A true leader on and off the floor. Wall is a super charitable guy.
No doubt about it, GA. I mean, he raised money for rent assistance. He donated N95 masks and meals to hospitals, and that was done just in the last year or so. Very, very outgoing with his generosity.
Houston moving it around. Şengün passes to Wall. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
That's his second.
Chris Paul picks up that one.
Well, there's no denying it. When Wall is healthy, he is still a major threat in this league. I mean, he's lightning quick as a point guard, and he has tremendous defensive end.
It's a tie game here in Houston. And don't... We've got second-half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. You look at MP, and this game got... And so it's Phoenix easily grabbing this one. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA on 2K Sports. So long, everyone.
Nice job on the offensive end tonight. Was there anything you saw from the defense?
Well, they played true to the scouting report, so I've got to thank the scouts and the coaching staff for getting us prepared for this one.
Well, can you go into some specifics about what you were able to take advantage of?
You guys have the tape.
Come on, MP. Can you give us something?
Okay, well, we'll play those guys again, so I'm not trying to give away our secrets, but we're a prepared group. We watch the film, we talk, and we have different ideas for how to approach each game, so you saw a lot of that out there.
We hope you're enjoying the game and you're watching the season premiere of NBA 2K TV. Next up, how has gameplay changed in NBA 2K22? We asked gameplay director Mike Wang. Welcome back, gameplay director Mike Wang. Congratulations.
A stunning look at the sunlit clouds above the 10th Avenue Bridge here in Minneapolis. Allie.
Hey, Brian, we've heard a lot of critique of some of the fouls that are called.
All right, Allie, good stuff there. Makes a good point. So let's take a look at the Phoenix Suns starting lineup. Crowder and Ayton, the bigs. Paul and Booker, the talented backcourt. And it's Bridges in at the 3. And for the Timberwolves, Russell the 1, Beasley the 2. Edwards out there with Taurean Prince. And it's Towns in at center, filling out the middle. And tonight, the rare marquee matchup at center, Grant. This ought to be a treat.
Oh, yes. Two heavyweights slugging it out. The different styles, but the same goal, to dominate it.
Suns making a change here. MP's checked in. About a minute and a half through the first quarter. Russell into the lane, and there it is for him.
Oh, man, how good is he at turning on the Jets and getting to that next level? D'Angelo Russell, fearless, driving on the interior.
Edwards against MP. Jacks up a 3. Minnesota with a rebound. Their last game, a win against the Clippers, looking to carry it into this one.
And it wasn't just their starters putting in work. Their backups were real spark plugs on offense.
One thing we know, great teams in the NBA get production off the bench, and that was critical that night.
MP outside, lets the 3 fly, knocks it down from distance.
Wow. Some strong perimeter shooting here in the first quarter.
Boy, you have to feel for Karl Anthony Towns these last few years. Obviously, losing close family members during the pandemic, one of the toughest personal stretches for anyone.
Launches a 3, and Ayton pulls it down. The Suns leading. MP outside. Pass to Paul. Back to MP. Shot clock at 6. The 3 sinks the tray. MP's got 6. And Towns, throughout all the turmoil, Duras, he's been a model leader.
You know what I love about Karl Anthony Towns is the grace with which he has handled some incredibly difficult challenges, has shown unbelievable strength throughout his tenure in the NBA. Let's give some credit to the defense for how they're guarding this guy right now, because they're refusing to let him get comfortable.
4-3, and the Suns get another 3.
And early on, they've been on a tear, just getting whatever they want off the...
Well, what I love is the game plan has been solid from the opening tip, and guys are making their shots. That's critical.
Woo! BA, that's lit.
Ferocious all the way. Man, that was good. MP against Edwards. And here's MP from outside. Nails it from beyond the arc. 12 points for him.
A dozen consecutive points off of threes. This defense looks rattled.
Russell with the ball. Playing the Clippers, he was nearly unstoppable. Takes a turnaround, Jay. Crowder grabs the miss.
This has not been his best quarter.
And you know what? They keep calling his number, and they're simply trying to get him out of this funk.
And here's MP from outside. And the Suns get another three.
Their ability to space the floor has been the story. Of this game.
And what surprises me is the defense hasn't done anything to take away that three-point shot. That has been their preferred weapon tonight.
Here's Edwards. No good. The Suns go the other way with it. This game following their win against the Rockets.
And I'll tell you, that was not an easy environment to play in. It was a hostile crowd on the road, but it didn't bother them at all.
Well, the best way to silence a crowd is with your offensive game. Those fans got quiet in a hurry when the buckets started raining down.
The Timberwolves have gotten 5 of 11 shots to go. Russell, the pass to Edwards. To the inside. Powered down after the assist led him to the lane.
Well, unselfish play by Anthony Edwards. Teammate is wide open. He puts it right where it needs to be.
MP against Edwards. MP outside. Beyond the arc. And the Suns get another three.
Man, they're having a hard time defending the triple. That's 3 in a row.
7-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Pass to Prince. Now Beasley. Outside Edwards. Trying to come right back with a three of his own, but it's no good. MP outside. And so it's Phoenix. They're feeling great. A 21-point lead. And their three-point shooting, a big reason they have a sizable lead. We'll be right back after this word. So far through one quarter, changes here for the Timberwolves. Karl Anthony Towns has checked in for Vanderbilt. Okogie comes in for Hernan Gomez. And it's Edwards in for Beasley. And so in the game for the Suns, Booker the 2 with Johnson at the 3. DeAndre Ayton is out there with Frank Kaminsky, and it's MP in at the point guard position.
He's shooting well, doing his best to keep this offense in gear, but he hasn't had a lot of support.
MP outside. Oh, and that's going to be too many steps. Gets the whistle on the travel.
Miscue there. Hadn't had many of those so far, which is a big reason they're ahead.
Brent is checked in for Reed. Bridges, he's checked in for the Suns. Paul comes in for Booker. Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter. Edwards, the pass to Russell. Here's Prince, coming in off 12 points in his last outing. The kick out to Edwards. 4 on the clock. Fires from deep. Offensive rebound. Oh, rejected by Ayton.
Outstanding shot blocker. DeAndre Ayton off his feet in a hurry to send it back.
Phoenix has gone 50% from the perimeter in the second, shooting 4 of 8. And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Thanks, BA. The Minnesota Timberwolves and their sister franchise, the Lynx, under new management, or at least that's the plan starting in 2023. A key part of this sales agreement was stipulation that the teams remain in Minnesota, something that's got to make the fans in the Twin Cities very happy.
Oh, that's great news, Allie. Thanks for that. The first free throw is good, and a player like Mikal Bridges, he's had very high confidence in his abilities.
Well, I mean, listen, his history is that of a winning player. Came into the league believing in himself because of his career collegiately. National championship player at Villanova. He has every right to think he can be elite.
And the Suns making a change here. Crowder's checked in.
Well, we all know this young man came out of college highly decorated, having won 2 national championships. And in the NBA, Mikal Bridges has shown those were not flukes. This guy's got big-time talent.
MP outside. Pass to Ayton. Back to MP. This one for 3. Here's Ayton. Nails the baby hook. Ayton's got his first 2 points of the night.
And you have to appreciate the heart they've shown on the offensive boards this quarter.
Russell, the pass to Towns. No good on the 3. The Suns have gotten 8 of 14 shots to drop so far in the second. Paul finds MP. 1 minute left to play in the second quarter. Puts up a 3. Karl Anthony Towns comes up with a rebound.
After scoring with ease in the first quarter, he's really cooled down a bunch here.
Okogie on the wing. Got a hand on it.
Such a strong defensive player. Bridges understands I've got size and quickness. The rejection, yes, sir.
An outstanding defensive play to earn the Mobile 1 block.
Yeah, obviously he had the shot well anticipated, able to shut it down with authority.
So it's Minnesota now. It's Edwards on the wing. To the middle. Here's Prince. And the layup is good off the glass. Prince has got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Well, you know Prince is going to be aggressive. So if you're not going to make a commitment to stop him, he's going to make high percentage shots like that one.
MP outside. Hits the trifecta. MP's got 24 points.
Even with all the threes he nailed in the first quarter, the defense still hasn't made the proper adjustments.
Paul against Russell. Outside Edwards. Russell making the play. Russell's got his 4th assist with that last one. And so it's Phoenix ending the quarter with a 20-point edge. It hasn't taken them too many shots to get their points. They're winning with efficiency. More NBA on 2K Sports right after this. With the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the rout that it's threatening to be. Well, Grant, starting your career in the 50s.
Oh,
you know what I mean. Actually. performance they have here at home today.
I'll tell you what, these are the ones that are so nice to win and so tough to lose. I love being on the edge of my seat, never knowing what would happen next.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Allie LaForce, Grant Hill, and Doris Burke, I'm Brian Anderson saying thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.
Welcome to Concha Del Mar Guest Services. Looking for information about the ship? I'll be right here, 24/7.
I'm Heather. Welcome to your first day on Concha Del Mar. I'll be guiding your steps with us here on the cruise. All right, let's get started. See you next time.
First question, what are you most excited about for NBA 2K22?
Oh man, there's so many things. I think probably the thing that I'm most excited about is just to watch all the YouTube videos, all the Twitch streams, read all the Twitter feedback, and just see what people think of the game. 'Cause this is the most exciting time for us as developers, just to see all the hard work throughout the year kind of pay off into this one moment of everyone getting to see the game for the first time. So we're excited to see what people think of the game.
Wait, so you're excited to read the feedback on Twitter?
Maybe not the Twitter part as much, but yeah, I love Twitter's great. You know, I love it, keeps me humble. They like
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
A lot of sporty looks on the Phoenix players here in the Valley of the Sun. This is a shot from earlier as they came down the tunnel. Downtown Phoenix on a bright and sunny day as we come to you from Arizona. Welcome, everyone. Let's get ready for some NBA basketball. On DA, take it away.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, the Suns finally broke a decade-long playoff drought. Devin Booker says it's been a long time coming. Basketball and life relate to each other, and that's how I grew up. It's through basketball. I kept my head down, kept working, and it finally...
Yeah, I love it, and I love that team. David, thank you. Now, a look at Dallas' starting lineup. And the post players for him. Kleba.
Maverick
Those teams,
substitution.
Greg, that had head coaching changes, how long does it take to fully implement a new system?
Well, it typically takes a full season, and it also depends just on how complicated the system is. But all things being equal, the experienced teams often learn faster because they just understand the game better.
So many different offenses that Tim Hardaway Jr. has played in, but he's trying to improve in his on-court awareness. A good show of it there.
MP deciding where to go with it. From the arc. Mavericks with the rebound. Fresh from a win against the Nuggets.
And the difference in that one, the efficiency from range. They really focused on getting good looks.
It looked like the directive in that game was that they wanted to attack, and all that work that they put in on the perimeter turned into a big night from deep.
Awesome rewind courtesy of the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. MP outside. Fires from deep. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Doncic kicks the foul. There's the pass to Brown. Doncic outside. 6 to shoot. Dallas needs to get off a shot. Hardaway for 3. That one's not going to go. Now the Suns take it the other way, coming off that loss against the Timberwolves.
Yeah, tough game on the road. The guys you're defending obviously comfortable shooting in their own building. You've got to find a way to break their rhythm.
Yeah, they couldn't do it in that one. Always a step slow in closing out the shooters, and maybe even recognition of who was on the floor. Just not enough energy, and that's a tough way to win on the road.
Doncic, no good.
Yeah, they got that one, but early on, it's really been a struggle for them to secure that defensive backboard.
A wide open look for MP. Drills the three-pointer. MP's got a pair of threes now in the first quarter for the Suns. The Mavericks trailing. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Doncic passes to Brown. Dallas moving the ball around. Pass to Doncic. For 3. Rebound by Johnson.
You could see he wanted to get it back. Sadly, he couldn't capitalize from outside the arc.
The 3 from MP. Another 3 for Phoenix.
really, he came into the game with that long-range shot looking great. Boy, he could wind up with a crazy number of threes today.
Offense, the order of the day as the first quarter comes to a close. Suns ahead. They finish off the first quarter with a massive 16-7 run. After this break, we'll be back with the start of the second quarter on 2K Sports. And big man Kristaps Porzingis not resting on his laurels.
He's getting in that weight room and living in the...
And at 7'3", and with a few injuries over the last couple of years, Greg, that lower body strength work, so important for KP.
Absolutely. I mean, his skill is tremendous for a player his size, but keeping his body strong is going to be critical.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter of action so far. And from what we've seen, guys, from the Suns, what are you thinking so far?
Well, their effort on the defensive end has set the tone for this game.
The defense has been infectious here as everybody stepping up aggressively on that end.
We got Frank Kaminsky. MP is out there with Cameron Payne. Then there's Cam Johnson. And it's Sharge in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Suns. He has a chance now to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Kristaps Porzingis is returning to form after his knee surgery. He says making sure it's strong and stable is nonstop work. I'm feeling better, and I have confidence that I can go out there and play freely. His offense has been great. It's the defensive end he's still getting right. Guys?
Well, we know he can be a presence, DA, and I think eventually he's going to be what he wants to be. Thank you. That's to Porzingis. Now, here's Burke. Down low. Cauley Stein in the post. He's guarded by Kaminsky. The shot by Cauley Stein, no good. MP dishes to Kaminsky. Cauley Stein against MP. The three. Knocks down the three ball. MP's got the lead up to 9 for the Suns.
Out of their last 5 makes, how about all 5 from long range?
The drive by Doncic. Outside, Porzingis, back to Doncic. And he banks in the layup. Doncic has got 10 points.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
MP, no good. Mavericks trail by 7. Passes it to Finney-Smith. A 3 from Porzingis. The shot, no good. And here's Sharge. He'll bring it up for the Phoenix Suns. And this matchup with the Mavericks, it's the first meeting of the season.
And they really took care of business against this group last year, winning the season series.
MP, no good. The Mavericks have gone 3 of their first 5 shots to drop here in the second quarter. Cauley Stein's shot is good. Now just a 5-point Suns lead.
Pretty much all of their buckets Coming from inside the paint now.
Timeout called, the Suns. And your experience, Brent, in the front office, has it changed how you view the game in any way?
I think, Kevin, it's a great question, and I'll actually take it beyond the game and talk about the NBA as a product. I think there's so much more respect that I have, the levels to which organizations go to and through in order to put on an NBA season, from what they do in promotions and ticket sales to the lengths they go to provide the players the best opportunity to maximize their potential. So from top to bottom, sort of being behind the curtain in that way, it's allowed me to see some things on some levels that I appreciate so much more, and I'm so thankful for that opportunity.
Here's Burke. And Paul pulls it down.
Well, that mid-range, Jay, usually pretty much on the money. Maybe the timing just a little bit off on that one.
The three from MP. Another three for Phoenix.
Great outside shooting, really fueling this run.
Mavericks trailed by 11. Doncic feeling it out. And the foul called on MP. That's his first foul. Dwight Powell's checked in for Dallas. Tim Hardaway Jr. comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. Powell, the pass to Kleba. Doncic against Crowder. And it's Doncic missing.
Defense as tough as it comes right there. He's a hard man to deny when he gets the ball to the rim.
The Mavericks have gone 4 of 8 so far here in the second quarter. In the corner, Hardaway with it. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic.
Assist goes to
Doncic has got 3 assists now in this one. Suns leading by 9.
And Kevin, everybody's dissected Luka's offensive game, trying to find that weakness. And I'm just here to tell you, I don't think he has it.
And here's MP for 3. Powell pulls it in. The Mavericks have gotten just over 50% of their shots to drop here in the second quarter. They're 5 for 9. And the pass to Hardaway. 3-pointer. Phoenix grabs the miss. And the play of Doncic drawing comparisons to so many all-time greats. But Greg, the one that stood out to me, they said he's a combination of Larry Bird and Magic Johnson. What do you think?
And it just makes sense with his passing and shooting. You throw in the step-back game of James Harden, you start to see why he has become such a problem for this league.
The 3 for Doncic. Bridges with the board.
Well, after getting off to a great start, hitting those first 2 shots, he's definitely regressed a little bit in this quarter. As long as passes are in that area, Ayton's going to get up and go down.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Burt can't get it to go.
Well, his shots aren't dropping. They haven't been able to keep pace, but they trust him enough to keep going to him, see if he can find it.
MP against Kleba. Lobs it up for Crowder. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
Yeah, the other team a bit concerned here. They're trailing, and the lead seems to be growing.
And the rejection by Ayton. 5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Powell kicks to Doncic. Just 5 on the clock. Can they get it? And it's Phoenix with the rebound. Crowder's got his 6th rebound on the night. For 3, Bridges. Another 3 for Phoenix.
Bridges has a lot of jobs for his team, but if he consistently knocks down 3, you can add it to the list.
And so a pretty lopsided game through the first half. Suns ahead, up 19. We're going to step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after. After halftime. Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big cup. And so it's Phoenix easily grabbing this one. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate just what a clinical performance they put on.
I know their fans appreciated it, and we saw at times just stretches of excellent defense. Potency from an offensive standpoint as well. They were pretty much dominant.
And that about wraps it up. For Brent Barry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.
Hey, it's easy to see that you play the game with a lot of joy, MP.
Right.
But it seems like you're most joyful when the ball's going in the basket like it was tonight.
Because I'm a bucket. It's what I do. When you're doing what you do, don't it feel good?
What about defense? Is that not what you do?
Of course I play D, but it's more fun to score. That's just facts.
But what does Coach think of that philosophy?
Everyone brings something different to the table, and Coach respects that. That's what being...
How you doing?
I'm doing good.
You're looking comfortable out there. You feeling good?